messing me up, dog. These some books that I'm reading right now. I got one in my bag over there for school, but I don't feel like taking it out right now. We got the way the Superior Man. You know how that go. Probably sound overly stuffy right now. Y'all ever be so under it? Like you're not sick, but you so allergic. Is that even a word? Like your allergy's so bad, and like your shit just sore. But way the Superior Man. This does a lot. It gives me a lot of insight as to how masculinity is supposed to operate within itself and how it interacts with the world around it. So that's a very, very enlightening book to me. I haven't gotten to read this, but I got it because Ikigai, I know about the philosophy, the Japanese philosophy Ikigai. And I know about the ideas that it entails, but I want to learn a little more about it because I do think that while I know a lot and while you can't know a lot about something, it's never going to be harmful to learn a little more about something you think you know, because you might mess around, start learning something new, you know? This is the book I was talking about. I said I was too lazy to go get it. Mind your business. So yeah, Think and Grow Rich. This one is more about the mentality of what it means to be rich, because a lot of people be calling themselves broke, rich, poor, wealthy, and a lot of the times we misconstrue what these terms actually mean. I mean, you can be broke and rich. Like, you be broke and wealthy. Sorry, look at me. Like, broke and rich is finances. Like, if you have money, you don't. Wealthy and poor are mindsets. So, if you desire to be rich and wealthy, if you think of yourself as broke or poor, whatever you think is how the universe will then respond in kind to whatever it is you're talking about. You know what I mean? There's just a lot I want to do right now. And I'm actually being very proud of myself because I'm faced with a lot of temptation from older years, like previous years, in which I would be on some other BS, same childish ways. I'm glad to say that I grew out of that. It's kind of weird because like I told y'all, being a senior, it's different, but I'm proud to say that I've made it here. I'm grateful. Every day I'm grateful to be able to do the little things, you know? I'm taking that little step. I'm being more consistent with the content. I'm going through a bit of a writer's block right now with my music. I haven't made a new song since I put out the album Shooting Stars. But, you know, we still gonna work it out, see what we got going. And what's supposed to happen will happen. What's meant for me is gonna come to me. And what's not won't. You know, that's how I live life. I'm just grateful for everything that come my way. Lessons or, you know, blessings. Things like that. But I'm a grinder. Like, I'm a worker. I don't think that I want to be handed anything. I don't want to just be gifted anything. You know, I'm sorry if my PC loud as hell in the back. Matter of fact, let me go handle this right now. As I was saying, yeah, things just get a little tricky here and there, but it's definitely worth it and necessary to take that step back and just live, you know? Just live. What do you think? Because obviously, you know, our little conversation yesterday about like the generations and whatnot and the differences between what we have to go through made me think like, what is your perspective on today's generation, pros and cons? And what do you think we should be doing more and less of in order to get in?
Pros? You guys are one of, like you stated yesterday, one of the most intelligent generation because you are now faced with, you guys are tech savvy, you have information age, you don't even have to go read a book, it's literally in your hand. Any information that you want to know, if you want to be a pilot, you can find the information on how to be a pilot. Like, the information is literally, but the con is that you have so much information, you guys are now overwhelmed that you don't see the need to push forward, and that is where you guys are lacking because the motivation is there. Not even that the motivation is there, because motivation and discipline are two different things.
Right.
Motivation is, oh yeah, the motivation, I'm motivated to go do this. But then the most important part is being disciplined. I know that I'm going to be disciplined and follow through. That is your guys' con. This generation. Follow through and be disciplined.
Right.
That is where you fall short. Not the fact you guys
That's understandable.
are knowledgeable. Huh?
That's understandable. As far as me personally, I'm trying to work a lot more, and this channel is like a big representation of that. I'm trying to work a lot more on my like discipline and like working on building my craft and my presence on the platforms.
I don't want to say you're not disciplined because the fact that you go to the gym, that shows that you're disciplined. The fact that you consistently keep up your grades, that shows that you're disciplined.
Right.
But like in everything else, then have follow through on certain things.
Yeah.
You're disciplined in certain areas, and you need to use that same discipline that you have in that area and transition to other areas of your life. Let your discipline be holistic.
Yeah, I try. My biggest thing right now is just to keep my discipline up. It's more so about keeping my word. Your word is your bond. Like keeping your promise to yourself as a man. That's what I try to keep myself up, like accountable with. So if I say I'm gonna do something in my head, then I gotta do it.
Yeah, and then me also. I know I have a lot of stuff that I have to do too. Like you said, follow through, being disciplined, and being able to let go of things that aren't mine.
Right.
And I have to weigh myself down with a lot of things that aren't mine, and let it become festered and become, resentful. So certain things you just have to be able to let go.
Yeah, I'll say that. I can second that. A lot of the times, when you're working on your growth, there are a lot of distractions that come with that too,
Yeah.
whether externally or internally. But it's one of those things you gotta just push through it.
But you also have to manage what you can control, because just like you said, external things you can't manage external things because you're not in control of that. But the internal things is what you are responsible for, what you can control.
Right.
So you control the controllables, and then try your best, to work around the ones that you can't control, the external factors.
I don't know. I guess my drive is like my biggest thing because you're talking about like having that drive for things. The reason I say I met with a lot of success in the endeavors that I go for is that drive, and just that wanting to not be compared to nobody, to be in like a league of my own almost, and be the best me I could be.
And being compared to someone is not in itself all bad. It's just how you're being compared.
Yeah, I just think that I saw what Dami said when he was talking about comparison, and it was like if you compare Braun to Kobe, like they would like it'd be like all respect to the other player, but I don't play like Kobe or like I don't play like Braun, because they're their own.
They're in their own league, but again, comparison itself is not bad. Comparison becomes bad when you're comparing yourself, and that now steals your joy because you're looking at what somebody else is doing, and you literally being red-eyed, green-eyed. That envy. That's the evil when it comes to. That's the con when it comes to comparison, because now it's stealing your joy from what the things that, instead of you looking at your strengths and say, okay, I like what he's doing over there. How can I emulate that? What is it that I'm in control of? What is it my talents are that can allow me to attain something
Instead of being
level?
Instead of being like, oh yeah, no, he don't deserve that, I deserve that. Like on some jealousy.
But how can you deserve that? Have you put in the work for that? Have you done the work for that? If you haven't done the work for that, then you don't deserve that.
That's real. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a pattern of just, I don't know, staying consistent and just flowing with the things I do. Yeah.
And identify the areas where you need to stay consistent.
Say that one more time?
I said just identify the areas where you need to stay consistent.
Okay.